Hi, I'm Pete, and this is a Zoneden unboxing. So, a little background then. About a week and a half ago, we started getting some messages on Facebook and on Twisty Puzzle Forum about a new place to buy puzzles called Zoneden, and a new puzzle called the Octic, and it's actually a series of puzzles. And it turns out that a Twisty Puzzle forum member named Cublum is the proprietor of Zoneden and has brought us these interesting puzzles. Now, I don't know a lot about it. I ordered. It was about 7 days ago, and the box is here already, so I'm pretty happy with that. I have a feeling I know what type of puzzle it is. You can see in the background there. And but other than that, I really don't know much about it, and we're gonna find out what's in the box. So there were 4 different variants of the Octic puzzle, and but two of the variants, pairs of variants, are really just seem to be color variations. So I decided to go for one of each kind of physical variation. I think I need to sharpen my knife here. So I just got 2, and you know, obviously it's a brand new type of puzzle here. So here's what we got. Oh, look at that, in a box even. Okay, this is very nice. Yeah, it's always nice to see more puzzles being available. So there you go, empty box, a little bit of bubble wrap. And so here we have pretty plain package, check mark, just A to D, and this one says C, and this one says B, so I guess we'll find out what that all means. It says choking hazard, small parts not for children under 3 years or any individuals have a tendency to place inedible objects in their mouths. That is awesome. That's the type of warning we need on all of our puzzles. Okay, and I think it says the same thing on all of the sides of the box, and nothing on the bottom there. So if you open it up from the bottom, you might accidentally eat it, I guess. Okay, well, let's see what we got here. This, okay, this is very, very interesting. So there we go. That is the Octic, and I think that's the, I'm not really sure which one that is. That could be the 1 or the 3. I ordered the 1 and the 3. So there's the Octic, cast in colored plastic, and this one has, okay, so I think that's the 1. This one has the edges outlined. I'm not quite sure what that's going to do for us, but anyway, there it is. So how does this turn? Okay, so these faces turn. Okay, interesting. And of course they turn, and then there's a deeper turn. Yep. Deeper turn like that. So yeah, it sort of confirms what I know, is that it's going to be similar, but obviously quite different in appearance to all of these variants of this fairly common puzzle idea. Well, this is very interesting, and we see here this piece will probably have an orientation, and so then that's going to give us some sort of a difference anyway. Yes, okay, and then these little triangular pieces. So again, even though we could say that this is very similar to some of these other puzzles, yet again it introduces some interesting new elements in here, such as this and these triangular, well, I would call them corner pieces. All right, well, let's see what's in the other box. Now, based on some early reviews, I guess they ship without any lube at all, and I can sort of tell that, but the turning is fine. I don't even know how much lube I'll need. Okay, I believe this is I think this is the 3. Okay, so the difference is, as you can see, the difference is, the color scheme is identical. The difference is just whether or not the edges are outlined or not. Now, I don't know if this is going to make any difference to solving, but just an interesting variation anyway. Okay, so this is it right here. This is very, very interesting. Okay, I like puzzles like this. It's you can sort of see what's going on. with the puzzle, it's, wow, this is really, really cool. And I could do a, yeah, I could definitely do, what would that be? Can I do a checkerboard on this? I think checkerboards are my nemesis, I think, here. This is where I, yeah, there we go. Alright, well, so there's a checkerboard, more or less. What did I do? Maybe I missed one checker part. Yeah, so maybe a bit of lube might help, but maybe a little breaking in will help too. So, alright, well, there you go. There's my checkerboard. Look at that. That is kind of neat. Alright, well, let's see if I can get it back. Oh boy. Yeah. Okay, so that's one. That's two. And, okay. Yeah, so we definitely have to make sure the alignment is pretty good here. But I think it'll loosen up a little bit after a bit of working on it. Okay, so that's it. I managed to get it back. So that's the Octic. So let's see if I can figure this out. This should be the Octic I, and this should be the Octic III. That's it for my unboxing. So what I'm going to do now is go off and scramble up these puzzles, play with them for a little while, and then I'll come back and give you my follow-up impressions. Okay, I'm back, and I have to say I am really impressed with the Octic puzzles. This is the Octic I, and it has a really, really nice mechanism. The puzzle is cast out of a very nice plastic. It's very heavy. All of the pieces are capped inside. I don't know if you can see that. All of the pieces are fully solid. And it's just a great puzzle. Now, I have figured out that there is a pretty substantial difference between the black edge version and the one that doesn't appear to have edges. And that's the thing, because it's not immediately obvious, but the Octic III and the Octic IV, they don't have that black edge, but they do actually have edges. And I don't know if I can really give you a good view of this, but if you can see up close there, this edge actually has two colors on it. It's a real edge inside the puzzle. So this is the yellow and the red. So if you're solving this puzzle, the one that doesn't have the black edges on it, then you basically have some more work to do because you're solving the 3x3 first, the internal 3x3. The complete internal 3x3, which consists of the edges and then the exposed corners. Okay, whereas on the Octic I, you solve the exposed corners, but then you go ahead and solve the baby faces. Okay, so it's quite a substantial difference, and it was kind of fun working out how to solve this one. It isn't too different from some of the other cross cube types, but it certainly was. This one added something, I think, to the solve. This one visually makes it look kind of interesting, but certainly I enjoyed solving this, and I was actually surprised once I started solving it and then realized that I had those colored edges in there. Now, in terms of turning, what I did, I put a little bit of silicone lube inside the mechanism, just a very small amount, and then I went around and I adjusted the tensions. I'm also quite sensitive to spring noise, so what I was doing, taking off the caps and taking the centers out and adjust and lubricating the spring inside, because it really does bother me when I hear that spring noise. And that's a good opportunity to put just a small amount of lube in there. Now, one of the mistakes I made, and I'll tell you about it, is I backed off the tensions just a little too much, and after the first after the scramble, it was starting, both of them were starting to get loose, so I tightened them back up again and they were fine. So I would suggest putting a little lube on there and not really messing with the tensions until after you've solved it at least once. The other thing I found, and the mistake I made, was that the way I tension a puzzle is I take the caps off one at a time and change the tensioning, and then when I have all 6 caps off, then I know I'm done. The problem with these, with doing it on these puzzles, is that the caps are kind of essential to hold the thing together. So I got to see the internals of this one, and I have a picture on the Facebook, the Puzzle Photography Facebook page, to show what it looks like inside. So don't make a mistake. Taking one cap out at a time is fine, but if you start taking a bunch of them out, then it creates some instability. The pieces start flopping forward, yeah, they just come out. Okay, so really, I think that these are great puzzles. It's just a phenomenal value. These are probably some of the highest quality puzzles I have in my batch of puzzles, my pile of puzzles, and I'm really happy I got these. Now, as far as the other variants go, I believe they're just color variants. So, you know, if you're a serious collector, of course, that's the way to go. But if you're not, then maybe maybe just one of each would be fine. Or if you want the greater challenge, then certainly the edge, the colored edge version, I don't know how you would say it, the Octic 3 or 4 would be the right one to get. Now, in terms of difficulty, probably the closest I could say would be the Wheel of Time. This one from MoYu, because the Wheel of Time has the corners, has the edges, and then has the baby faces, so everything's exposed. If you had a full color plastic cross cube, then it would also be similar, I think, in solving to the Octic. But the stickered cross cube actually is missing some. You don't get to see the orientation of some of the pieces, whereas on here you do. You can see the orientation of the edges. All right, I can't praise these puzzles enough. I'm really happy with them. I hope that that Zoneden comes out with some more puzzles, because this is going to be a great source of puzzles if they keep up this really high quality production. Well, as always, I appreciate any comments, any questions, suggestions on my videos, and so feel free to leave me some feedback. I really appreciate it. And until next time, thanks for watching.